Things get a little bit more racy when Muhammad Ali Majd, I think his name, basically then actually produces a second and third book dealing with a famine in the 1870s, which did occur, by the way. There was a famine in the 1870s. This time caused by an El Nino effect, apparently. But a famine, and again, the important thing is it's never caused by government mismanagement in Iran. It's caused by some weird sort of structural exercise, and that El Nino effect was actually caused by British trade patterns, apparently. So the British are still there. Remember that first thing. So in 1870, there's a famine, and there was a famine, and again, this famine kills about 40 to 50% of the population. So think about that, please. Okay, just think about it realistically. So in 1870, 50% of the population die. In 1917, 50% of the population die. And then in 1942, during the Allied occupation, another famine occurs and another 50% of the population die. If this hadn't happened, if perfidious Albion hadn't got in the way like this, because it is perfidious Albion, nobody else is involved, Iran's population now would be, enormous. We'd be flourishing and economically doing rather well. Now, quite apart from the fact that the mathematics of that don't work, and nobody's bothered to actually look at it, historians are also very weak on this, I've found. They like big numbers, okay? So whenever you see anything in a text that says 1 million people died, stop, think, check. Yeah? I mean, it is extraordinary. Very, very good historians will say that 3 million people died on such a... 3 million? So the first question you ask is, what was the population of Iran in 1900? The curious thing is, we don't know, because the first population census in Iran was in 1955. Okay, so you're making an assessment based on a speculative figure, and those figures are basically done by demographers who basically reverse engineer, in a sense, the figures, going back to see what the figures might be. If Iran had genuinely lost 50% of its population on 3 different occasions with 3 different generations, I think the country would have been decimated.